This summer transfer window will go down as one of the craziest of all time. Some huge signings were made, however there were numerous deals that never quite materialised. In today's video we're running through 10 transfers that should have happened. But before we get started, which failed transfer did you want to see happen most this summer? Let us know in the comments below, and the best one will get read out on Sunday Vibes this week. 10. Jesse Lingard to West Ham. After a difficult couple of seasons in Manchester, going 19 months without a goal, Jesse Lingard resurrected his career on loan at West Ham last term. The 28-year-old joined the Hammers in January and was crucial to their Europa League finish, netting 9 and assisting 5 in just 16 games, grabbing more goals than both Greenwood and Martial despite playing less minutes. With the Englishman hitting his best form in East London, a permanent move seemed certain, yet the Irons' failure to come up with an acceptable bid, plus Lingard's own desire to fight for his future, has seen him remain at Old Trafford for now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is happy to reintegrate the forward into his squad, but with the arrivals of Jadon Sancho and Cristiano Ronaldo, the Cheshire-born attacker will most likely find his opportunities even more limited. A permanent switch to the London Stadium would have guaranteed him minutes and improved his chances of maintaining a place in the national setup. 9. Domenico Berardi to Atalanta. A key member of Italy's Euro 2020 winning squad, Domenico Berardi is set to stay at Sassuolo for at least another season, despite interest from top clubs from across Europe including Leicester, Liverpool and Atalanta. And while we're not against the 27-year-old moving abroad, a short trip north to Bergamo would have been perfect for the winger. Atalanta have established themselves as Champions League regulars, qualifying 3 years running, but they risk their UCL status without strengthening their attack. Despite raking in £77 million this window, they failed to sign a forward and should have splashed out on Berardi, valued at just £32 million on Transfermarkt. The Italian scored 17 and assisted 8 last season, his best ever goal tally and behind only Luis Muriel in the Atalanta squad. The former Juventus man also created the most chances and won the most fouls for his side. What's more, his 3.8 shots per game was only bettered by 3 players in Serie A. At the peak of his powers, Berardi deserves to play under the bright lights of the Champions League. 8. Houssem Aouar to Arsenal. Reportedly available for just £25 million, Houssem Aouar somehow remains at Lyon. Arsenal have been long-term admirers of the Frenchman, yet never made a move for him this summer, prioritising other areas of the squad and spending £157 million in the process, the biggest outlay in the Prem. The midfielder already has over 170 appearances to his name and has managed over 12 goal involvements in each of the last 4 seasons, continuing his fine form for Lyon last term with 8 goals and 4 assists. And his biggest achievement to date was helping the side reach the Champions League semi-finals in 2019-20. The France international was key to their progress, contributing 7 goals in 8 games and averaging 4.4 dribbles per game, behind only Neymar and Messi, earning him a spot in the UCL squad of the season. There's no doubt that Aouar would suit the Gunners' possession-based philosophy, and with just 2 years left on his contract, perhaps he'll eventually get his move to North London. 7. Mikkel Damsgaard to AC Milan. After announcing himself on the international stage with some fine displays for Denmark at the Euros, Mikkel Damsgaard was the subject of much transfer speculation this summer. Linked with the likes of Tottenham and AC Milan, a move to the San Siro would have made perfect sense. The Rossoneri finished second in Serie A last season, making the Champions League for the first time in 8 years, and the Dane looks ready to make that step. The 21-year-old became Denmark's youngest ever goal scorer in a European Championship, and he was superb throughout the tournament, scoring 2 and assisting 1 en route to the semi-finals. 18 goal involvements in 33 games for Danish side Nordsjælland earned him a move to Sampdoria in 2020. And the youngster made an instant impact in Italy, scoring in just his 3rd appearance, racking up 6 goal contributions across the season and averaging 1.5 dribbles per game, the best in the Samp squad. Damsgaard predominantly plays on the left wing and is also dangerous from set pieces. This would have made him an ideal replacement for the outgoing Çalhanoğlu, who joined rivals Inter this summer. A £34 million offer could have made this happen. 6. Nikola Milenković to Spurs. A move that almost got over the line this summer was Nikola Milenković to West Ham, with the 23-year-old set to join the Hammers for just £14 million before the deal broke down. Tottenham then reportedly stepped in, but the Serbian stayed put at Fiorentina, signing a new contract. David Moyes turned his attention to Kurt Zouma, but Spurs failed to add a new centre-back to partner Cristian Romero. A strong start to the season for the Lily Whites has softened the blow, with Dyer and Sanchez keeping clean sheets in the first 3 games. However, the duo are renowned for making errors, with Sanchez conceding the most penalties in the Prem last season. Therefore, Nuno Espirito Santo could do with another centre-half, and Milenković ticks all the boxes. The 6'5" Serb is the tallest defender in Serie A, winning 3 aerial duels per 90 last term, with only Romero winning more headers in the league. The former Partizan man is also very busy, completing the most offensive actions in the Fiorentina squad. With over 130 appearances for the Tuscany side already, Milenković has established himself as one of the most consistent defenders in Italy, and has all the attributes to thrive in the Premier League. 5. Renato Sanches to Liverpool. Next up is ex-Swansea flop Renato Sanches, who has rebuilt his career in France. The 24-year-old had a breakout tournament with Portugal all the way back at Euro 2016, and this led to Bayern Munich signing him from Benfica. As we know, the midfielder failed to make the grade in Germany, but has looked at home in Ligue 1 since making the move to Lille in 2019. The 2016 Golden Boy has contributed 10 goals in 40 starts for the side, and despite missing 12 games through injury last term, he still played his part in Lille's unlikely title win. An exciting midfielder who is always thinking forward, Sanches averaged 1.7 dribbles per game, only bettered by Aouar in the squad, and 6.8 progressive passes per 90 behind only 6 players in the league. Wolves were thought to be close to completing a loan move for the Portugal international, but the deal collapsed, and the former Bayern man was also linked with Premier League giants Liverpool, but the Reds never made an approach and only signed Koundé from Leipzig this summer. The Ligue 1 winner would have been an interesting replacement for Jorginho Wijnaldum, who departed for PSG. Yet Klopp's side have stood still in the transfer market and have bypassed one of Europe's brightest talents. 4. Sven Botman to Real Madrid. Another Lille player Wolves were eyeing up this summer is Sven Botman. The West Midlands club reportedly had a bid rejected for the Dutchman, with Les Dogs seeking £35 million. A host of top clubs were also linked with his signature, including Real Madrid, who should have swooped in for the youngster. The 21-year-old came through the ranks at Ajax and joined Lille in August 2020, becoming an instant success at the Stade Pierre-Mauroy, forming a solid partnership with captain José Font, as Galtier's side conceded the fewest goals in the league on their way to the title. Labelled the next Virgil van Dijk by sections of the media, Botman started all but one of Lille's matches and was particularly dominant in the air, winning the third most headers for a defender in Ligue 1. What's more, the Dutch prodigy recovered more loose balls than any other defender. Real Madrid meanwhile lost their centre-back duo Ramos and Varane this summer, with the latter joining Man United for £41 million, money that should have been invested into bringing a centre-back like Botman to the Bernabeu. 3. Jules Koundé to Chelsea. Already approaching a century of appearances for Sevilla, Jules Koundé has slotted into Spanish football with ease. The 22-year-old made the move from Bordeaux in 2019 for £21 million and has been a rock at the heart of Julen Lopetegui's defence. The Frenchman's stats from last season are seriously impressive, with 90% pass accuracy and 3 aerial duels won per game, both team highs. Koundé has also looked at home in the Champions League and was instrumental to his side qualifying for the UCL once again last term. His performances attracted interest from across the continent, with Chelsea the front runners for his signature. Thomas Tuchel was keen to bring the France international to Stamford Bridge, even selling Zuma to West Ham to help sanction a deal. However, a fee could not be agreed between the two clubs, with Sevilla wanting close to his release clause of £68 million. And having already spent £98 million on Lukaku, the Blues saw a £47 million bid rejected for Koundé and refused to go any higher. Chelsea could live to regret not splashing out on the former wonder kid, who could have more suitors next summer. 2. Harry Kane to Man City. After failing to show up for training in the first week of pre-season, it seemed certain that Harry Kane would leave his boyhood club this summer, with Manchester City keen to sign the striker. However, Chairman Daniel Levy had other ideas, rejecting a £100 million bid from the Citizens and blocking the England captain's departure from North London, despite making a so-called gentleman's agreement with the 28-year-old the previous year. Pep's side may have won the league comfortably last season, but they lacked a clinical striker, with midfielder İlkay Gündoğan topping the scoring charts with just 13. Kane meanwhile won the Golden Boot with 23 goals and even picked up the Playmaker of the Year award with 14 assists. If he manages to bag over 20 again this term, he'll become the third highest goalscorer in Premier League history. Nearing 30 and with 3 years left on his contract, Kane's value will only decrease from here on, and so Spurs may soon be forced to cash in on their talisman. 1. Yves Bissouma to Man United. For all the Hollywood signings Man United made this summer, they remain short of a quality defensive midfielder, and should have filled that void with Brighton star Yves Bissouma. The 25-year-old joined the Seagulls for just £15 million from Lille in 2018 and was quick to make his name in the Premier League. The Mali international has made almost 100 appearances for the club and has been consistently excellent at protecting the back line. Last season, he missed just 2 games and won the most tackles and interceptions in the league, averaging 4.7 per 90, as Brighton finished comfortably above the relegation zone. He is also strong with the ball at his feet, completing 1.5 dribbles per game and 87% of his passes last term, second in the squad in both metrics. For £40 million, United could have got themselves a much needed upgrade on Fred and McTominay. Bissouma might not be the marquee name they wanted, but he'd certainly do the dirty work and let other players thrive around him, as Ollie seeks his first trophy since taking the helm at Old Trafford. So those were our 10 transfers that should have happened this summer, but what did you make of the list? Do you have any shouts yourself? Let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best to reply. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like and subscribe to Football Daily if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.